welcome back, my dear student. So it's time for us to start coding this so that way we can put information inside the database. All right, so we are in the users controllers, in the register method, and in the else. All right, so basically after we do this, what we want to do is redirect, okay? So we say redirect to a home controller and maybe the index page. That's fine. Save. All right, so let's go to our user model here, and here this is where we are going to be creating this, making the query, right? So we're gonna be using the insert. So we're gonna say we can apply a insert data, all right, variable, and we can say this db, of course, and then insert. All right, so this is how you insert data into it, right, into the table. You put the name of the table, which in our case is users, and then the comma and whatever you want to put in. So we're just gonna put an array there because it's easier like that. All right, and then we can put the array right here on top, and we can say data array. Let's make the array here and close it, put it down a little bit so that way it's neat, and we can say we want the first name to be what, and we're doing this in a associative array, right? So the first name should be what? This. How we get him? You remember the name of the functions? Input what? Post. Oh, here we go. If you got it correctly, good job. And here, where you get here, remember this is the same thing as having that super global post from the native PHP code, all right? As having that big super global like this. But then we are doing other things with this post method because CodeIgniter is actually checking a lot of security stuff for us and making sure everything is good before it gives us the remaining the value. So first name, this is the name attribute value that goes in here. Okay, so make sure. Now we don't put a semicolon here because this is an array, so we put a comma. Let's copy this down a little bit so that way we don't have to do everything from scratch, right? I'm just gonna put a couple of them. I'm gonna change this to last name, and I believe I put the email here, even though I think I should have put the username. Oops. Let me put the username. I think I have it in the database like this with the email. That's fine. So undecisive today. I don't know what's going on. Username, and then here we want the password. All right. Perfect. I'm just gonna take this comma out of here. All right, let's look at it how we got it in the database. All right, username. I got username, password. All right. Well, it's just saying where first name you're gonna put this, and it really depends on what key you put in because this key right now is going to be the column. So it really doesn't matter how you put it in here. We're gonna test this later anyway, but make sure that your same fields that you got here are here because that's how we're doing everything with the same names. They don't have to be like that, but that's how we got to set it up. Username like this and password. There we go. Make sure this is aligned so it looks nice. Oops. There we go. All right, and it's easier to debug. All right, so now what we can do is right below here we can say, you know what, I want to return this insert data variable. That way we can have an if statement on the other side, and we can check if the user was created. So let's go back to the users controller here and say, and wrap this in an if statement and say if the user was created, all right, then we can redirect back to home or do whatever we want. Else we can put a user could not be created for some reason. All right, we can put some user sessions here or some flash data if you like, just to, you know, let the user know that a user was created, or let us know, right? So anyway, we can do that later, but right now this is what we got. On the next lecture we'll test it out, and maybe we'll put some notifications here so that way you can feel good about it. Thank you, and I'll see you there.